not in love with you anymore.
I didn't know you ever were.
Let's not make this any more difficult than it already is.
Hello friends and future Rachel, because this video really is for her. You can tell this video will be a little bit different. I've been in my feels lately, but we'll talk about that in a bit. The first minute of this video is just a tutorial on how I draw eyes and tears as of now, just because I think it'd be really cool to see how this all changes as I learn to develop my own style. I added the brushes and layer type in the top left corner because I found that sometimes this information is glossed over, but it's really important, so I've added that there. The next part of this video is just a speed paint of a crying boy as we put these tutorials to use, but instead of going through my process like last video, shameless promo, first edition of the Rach v Procreate series where I experiment with lighting is in the description box below. Instead, I decided to read a passage that I've been thinking about lately about love as an emotion and as an act. It's in the format of an advice panel, and the panelist is just really funny in that they are like a little snarky as they reply to the reader's question. But I think it was beautifully written and had just the right amount of feels, humor, and insight. It kind of gave me a sense of learning, of growing, and of understanding love for someone else, but also for yourself. I was going to read the whole thing, but it was about 8 minutes and y'all don't have time for that, so I chose some of my favorite parts and we'll put the whole thing in the description box or maybe the comment section depending on the length, but enjoy. So this is an advice column and a reader asks, where does human connection begin and end? And the panelist replies, I am not a love advice column, do not send me more of these. There is, I believe, a special kind of masochism in asking for life advice from someone who has a track record of having very little faith in humanity. I do say that with admiration, however, so to the subscriber who sent over an anonymous email asking me very detailed questions regarding my genuine thoughts on love and relationships, fine, I'll indulge you. I know why you sent me your questions. I know what you want me to say. You're waiting for me to wax philosophical about the nature of human connections the way I do the shape of the soul. You want me to admit in my own disparaging way that love is the answer, that love is inherently good. You want me to provide you with logical paths towards proving this. Unfortunately, human connection is far less complicated than discussions of the body and the soul, and you are fooling yourself if you think it is not. Do not ask for substantiation when it is your confirmation bias that you want to stroke, and certainly do not expect me to offer you platitudes about the nature of what you are feeling. People are flawed. We both know that. Everyone knows that. Love or any other kind of connection does not and will not ever eclipse that fact. I glean from your email that you are conflicted about whether love must be selfless. Must it be kind? Must it be patient? And how does that awful passage go again? Must love never envy, never be proud, never be self-seeking, nor easily angered? When you are hollow hungry then, when you reach out for a person in hopes of satiating that hunger, is that no longer love? Does possession equate to connection? Can loving another person mean wanting to consume them so nothing in the world can touch them anymore? I do not know. I do not care. All I am able to say from my own outsider perspective on it is that if love exists in any pure form, it will be founded on understanding. Not a perfect one at that, but in an attempt at empathy. For the other person, for yourself, for who you are to each other. But I also know that the moment you make contact with another person, nothing will unfold according to plan. Nothing. Human connection is, ultimately, and in whatever form, a recipe for disaster, and it is in this quality that makes clarifying it such hard work. Tricky things like love, in all of its shapes, takes all the questions you want to ask the world about the nature of human beings and simplifies these, untangles these, until the only world you need to confront is the one that exists between you and another person. It is not a matter of what defines the universal picture of love and what makes it worth sustaining. It comes down to the space between you and the person you love, care for, hunger for, and whatever you are willing to ask yourself and them, not me or another newsletter, and certainly not the universe. Where does our love begin? Where does it end? What makes it what it is? What makes it good? Is that enough? Will I be enough? Will you be enough? Will we be enough together? Do not, however, mistake answers to these for clarity. Do not think of these as your be-all and end-all, because here's a little spoiler when it comes to being in love with someone. You are always at the beginning. And if you are very, very lucky, you will forever continue to always be at the beginning. Thanks for watching, and Maria will see you in the next video. Bye!